Now, it's interesting to notice the motivation that led the Pharisees to obey God and to keep His law. Notice Matthew chapter 6 and verses 1 and 2, and then we'll go to verse 5. Matthew 6, 1 and 2, and then verse 5. Here Jesus says, "Take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men," with what motivation? To be what? To be seen by them. Why did the Pharisees do their works? To be what? To be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Verse 2, "Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may what? Have glory from men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward." Notice verse 5, "And when you pray, you shall not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray, standing in the synagogues and on the corners of the streets, that they may be seen by men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward." Why did the Pharisees perform their works? Why did they keep the law? Was it because it came from their hearts? Because they loved God? Because they had faith in God? Absolutely not. They kept the commandments externally because they wanted to be seen by men, and they wanted God to recognize them and save them because they were keeping the commandments of God. That is what is called legalism. So if you emphasize only the commandments of God to the exclusion of faith, you have what? You have legalism. And by the way, do you know that Jesus says that we're supposed to do good works to be seen by men? You say, now wait a minute. Didn't we just read that the Pharisees stood in public places and they blew the trumpet so that they could be seen, their works could be seen by men? Yes, but Jesus said that our works should be seen by men. But I want you to notice the difference. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16. "Let your light so shine before men that they may what? See your good works." That's the same as what the Pharisees, they wanted their good works to be seen. But Jesus says that they may see your good works and what? And glorify your Father in heaven. There's the difference. You see, the Pharisees kept the law because they wanted to be seen by men, because they wanted to earn God's salvation by showing how good they were. Jesus says, you cannot be saved by keeping the commandments. You cannot be saved simply because you follow externally a list of rules. I want you to notice Matthew chapter 23 and verses 25 to 28. We're still dealing with the first ditch, the right-hand ditch, the ditch that has to do with the idea that you can keep God's law, God will save you, and human beings will recognize your greatness because of all of the good things that you do. Matthew 23, verse 25. "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites." What's a hypocrite? It's someone who appears to be one thing when inside they are what? They're another. So he says, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you cleanse the what?" There it is, the outside of the cup and dish. But inside, they are full of extortion and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisee, first cleanse the inside of the cup and dish, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like whitewashed tombs, which indeed appear beautiful outwardly, but inside are full of dead men's bones and all uncleanness.